Hey, I'm commenting here on that recent decision, the Supreme Court decision with regard to race-based admissions into university and so forth. About a lot of it revolved around Harvard and who can get into Harvard and so forth. Not too many of my friends are trying to get into Harvard right now. But the first point on affirmative action is, I'm not going to talk about the intricacies of that particular issue. But the first point about it is, I would never oppose affirmative action. It's all there is, and if there's no alternative, we have to defend it. It's a bad precedent to undermine affirmative action. And in fact, the Supreme Court guy, Clarence Thomas, wants to end. He attacks it viciously because of his own personal reasons, and yet he's where he is because of it. He benefited because of it. He wants to take away, like most right-wing conservatives, he wants to take away a benefit that got him where he is from everybody else. But the fact is, on affirmative action, I always took the position that it doesn't work. It doesn't address the crises and the problem that the people that support it face, that minorities face. So it's just not worked. And so that's the first step for me. Also, it is very divisive when you think about it. I was watching the TV news or something report on this, the Supreme Court decision, and they go to one guy's Chinese guy, and I can't remember if there was a banner or something up there, or it said underneath that he was with the Chinese for affirmative action. Well, what that actually means, the Chinese for affirmative action, or the Latinos for affirmative action, or the whatever, the blacks for affirmative action, what it means is they want more Chinese hired. That's why he's supporting Chinese for affirmative action, to get more Chinese people into a certain position. I understand that. I'm not condemning him for it. But it's very divisive, isn't it? The solution should be to deal with everybody, like on terms of education. The solution to this piecemeal thing about education should be free from K through 12, right? And it's sort of linked in a way to the whole reparations debate. I mean, what would do more for the black population in this country, for the working class population and poor population? What would do more for them than Medicare for all? Everybody had medical care. Everybody had opportunity to free education. It's not free. Our ancestors have paid for it. Your fathers, your grandfathers, your historical ancestors, one way or another, have paid for it. So it's a trick, all of that piecemeal stuff. But we have to be careful about it. And I mean, like I say, at work, I would never have opposed affirmative action. And I remember what to point out about it is it has not produced the goods. And it's not intended to produce the goods. Nothing that the state or the politicians in both the big business parties will do will solve these problems. And when you think about it, there seems to be this big division between our Republicans, Democrats, right and left, on the issue of affirmative action, on the issue of sex, gender, all of these other issues. But they were very united when they wanted to force workers to accept a contract that they voted against. When they introduced legislation overnight, led by Biden and Pelosi, the U.S. Congress introduced legislation to force workers, regardless of their color, regardless of their gender, regardless of anything else, to force them to prevent them from striking, the right to strike. They took it away from him in 24 hours. So they were very much together on that issue. And that's the key here, So I just wanted to make a few comments about that and about how we can raise things that actually... a lot of these issues are so divisive in the sense that everybody's fighting for a little piece of a shrinking pie. I don't know if that made any sense. Anyway, these are a few thoughts I had.